Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. We are back with Live at 5, SFC Defined. Thank you for joining me today. Rainy Sunday afternoon, at least in my parts. I can't speak for you, but it's still a beautiful day. I hope you've been out. Hope you've enjoyed the day to some degree. Got you some exercise in and good meal, and now you're ready to just kick back and ride out the last few hours of this beautiful weekend. It was a beautiful, beautiful weekend this weekend. So I hope you capitalized on that opportunity. Um, we got a couple of things that we're going to finish up. This is the last Sunday in June. Can you believe that this month has flown by so fast? And we've spent the entire month talking about what are you looking for. Um, Last week we were having some issues and couldn't quite get your comments up and questions up, so we did that. And I'm not sure we are completely um, good with that this weekend. We're gonna try it and see. If not, then you guys will just listen to me for a few minutes. Just got a couple of things we want to tie up this whole series of what are you looking for today, and look forward to what we got going on next month. I'm excited. Got some good things. And next Sunday, I need all of you guys to join me at Live. I've got some exciting news. I cannot share it right now. We're still pulling things together, but I got some very exciting news that I want to share with you all that I'm going to share with you guys next week on Live. So I need for you to be a part of Live next Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. I know you guys will still be in celebration mode because that's 4th of July weekend, but I do hope you can join me. I also need you to like and subscribe to our channel. And then if you can and will, you can DM me or you can reach out to us at sfcdefine.com or coryagraves.com and send me your email because you're going to want your email. We got tons of stuff that's getting ready to happen, getting ready to pop off. And I just want you to be a part of it, be in the know and be the first to know with what's happening. So let's get into finishing up our topic for this month. What are you looking for? For the entire month, we started out this series talking about what are you looking for, and whatever it is you're looking for, because the reality is all of us are looking for something. But I don't think that we understand the importance of defining, honing in, whatever you want to call it. What exactly are you looking for? Again, we're all looking for something, but remember, what you are looking for is what you will see. Oftentimes, I guarantee you 95%, because I was one of them up until probably about a year or two ago. Um, I was under the belief or the disbelief that our outer environment is what creates our inner environment. So let's see if I can further explain that. We think it's what happens on the outside that makes us who we are on the inside. So we think that if we grew up in a bad home, living in a bad situation, don't have the money we want, that is what has exactly created our bitterness, our inability to rise, our inability to make it to the top, so to speak. And so we blame outer circumstances with who we are as a person, our personality, our demeanor, um, all of that, our decorum, and all of it. We blame outer for our inner, but that's not it at all. The actuality is, or the reality is that it's our inner that creates our outer environment. That's just how it is. So that means that if you are constantly thinking negative and constantly being negative and constantly being your worst critic, I'll never have this. There's always somebody moving ahead faster than me. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm unlovable. I'll never find the right person. Those things, those are the thoughts that are happening on the inside of you. And guess what? It's your inner that creates your outer environment. So when you start seeing those thoughts running through your head every day, and you validate those thoughts by allowing words to come out of your mouth saying, I'll never have anybody, I'll never have anything, it actually creates your outer environment. So all I'm saying is whatever you're seeing on the outside of you is what has happened or what you have created on the inside of you first. It happens on the inside first. Our thoughts, our words, our ideas, our creativity, it is so powerful that it literally creates the atmosphere that you are living in. And it took me a while to grasp that, but the more I began to understand it, the more I methodically and intentionally started looking and watching exactly the kind of thoughts that I had in my head, started watching the things that come out of my mouth, I realized that my lifestyle shifted because what happened on the inside, the outside has to live up to it. It has to match it. That is just law. It has to match. So, whatever you are experiencing in your outer environment, you've already experienced it first in your inner environment. And all you're doing is looking at a reflection of who you are on the inside when you think about things that's happening on the outside. So we have that much power to create the kind of lifestyle that we want. So then, if you are seeing yourself always the last in line, if you start seeing, that means that's what you're looking for. And what you see or what you look for is exactly what you will see. And so many times when I talk to people, counsel people, mentor people, they give me this long list of things that have happened to them that they feel has landed them where they are, whether it was a boss on a job or whether it was a bad spouse or if it was whatever the case may have been, if it was just you being your worst critic. When I share with them how we create this is the lifestyle that we create. It sort of kind of blows their mind because then they start thinking about all the thoughts that they had that led up to this experience. And that's what happened with me. I used to think that I wasn't worthy or like I wasn't enough for people that I particularly wanted to reach out to. And as a result, that's what I create. I was never enough. I never measured up. But then when I changed my perception about me, when I changed my how I saw myself, then everything else started falling in place. Different people, a different caliber of people started coming into my life. Um, the way people would think, the way people would talk, the way people would engage, just people in general on a completely different level started showing up in my life. But I had to create that in my head first. So I guess what I want to encourage you to do at this particular point is change your perception. Start looking in your thoughts, in your mind, for things that you want to see to happen in your outer world. Start seeing it happen in your thoughts, in your mind first. So if you want to be a millionaire, you got to start seeing yourself as a millionaire. You got to start believing in yourself to be that. You've got to start acting like one because that's the only way it will happen on the outside is if it first happens on the inside. If you want that job promotion, you got to see yourself having that job promotion. You got to see yourself already there with your name on the door. You just got to see it and you don't accept anything less because when you start looking for it, that's exactly what's going to show up in your life experiences. And I am a firm believer now. I am a firm believer um, uh, that it's going to that it will happen. It has no choice, and you have to believe that too. I want you have to believe that. You have to believe it because that's the only thing that's going to change. I was reading a book. I think it was called The Untethered Soul, and in that particular book, it was talking about how so many people start. Um, So many people start complaining about life. They see themselves going downhill, and they see themselves just spiraling for whatever reason. The pandemic really took many people into that downward spiral. But in that book, it talks about how we have the control and the power to reshape our lives and create within us the lives that we wanted to experience on the outside. And that blew my mind because I started realizing just how much one power I had. I didn't have to wait for somebody to give me the life that I wanted. I didn't have to depend on somebody. I didn't have to wait for a circumstance or something to happen to give me the life that I wanted. I had to just start seeing myself happen. And then different connections started happening, doors started opening, new ideas and new creativity just started popping in my head. And then I just started seeing myself do things that I never ever would have imagined me doing. This in particular, sitting in front of a camera talking to you guys, like I never saw it. But when I started seeing it in my head, before I know it, somebody was like, "You need to start a podcast. You need to do this. You need to do that." And had I not seen it first, I never would have had the courage to step out and do it. So it doesn't happen on the outside and then you internalize it. It happens internally. And then what you see is a manifestation of the thoughts and creativity that you have in your mind. So that's how I to end what you're looking for this whole series, because you can't keep waiting for a circumstance to happen to create the event that you want. Like, there's a thing called cause and effect. We think that there are things that causes the effects that we feel and experience in our lives, but sometimes it ain't even about the cause. You need to cause an effect by the way you think. And, you know, I mean, it literally, this whole concept applies, is applicable to every aspect of your life. Think about it. If you want good health, you start thinking, today, this week is the week that I'm going to get out and I'm going to go walk and I'm going to ride the bike. I'm going to work out. If you want a good, more money, whatever. I'm just trying to come off the dome and just trying to give you some examples to see how applicable it is and how practical it is for every aspect of your life. Stop waiting for things on the outside to happen. It ain't even about what happens on the outside. You control that. You can control that. And you need to know exactly what it is you're looking for, because what you are looking for is exactly what you're going to see. So, my challenge as we close out this particular series is that you start intentionally capturing the positive thoughts that run through your head that can reshape, recalibrate the life and lifestyle that you want. When it's negative thoughts, or when you feel yourself that self, I think deprecation. What is the word? Is it deprecation? Yeah, the self deprecation or whatever. You need to just do away with it. Get it out of your head immediately, as fast as you can, and replace it with something positive, because you have that power. There is power in positive thinking. Remember that there is power in positive thinking. If you've not read the book, um, it's called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I encourage you to get that book. It's a thick book, but it's so worth the read. It changed my life. The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And I cannot, for the life of me, think of the author right now, but just Google it. It's a very powerful book. I encourage you to get it. I think I've suggested this book several times before, but you have the power to create the lifestyle that you want. That literally blows my mind. Like, I don't have to settle. I don't have to settle. I can create the lifestyle I want, but I have to see it in my head first. It has to be a thought before it can actually be a manifestation. Nothing manifests in our lives without it first being created instinct in our mind. I heard something today. I probably have heard it 1,000 times before, but it hit so differently this morning as I was getting dressed. It said, if it has happened in your head, it's already happened. All you're doing is waiting on the manifestation of it in this 3D world, this three-dimensional world. So every thought, positive thought that lines up with where you see yourself going, it's already done. It's literally already done. It has already happened. That is the power of your subconscious mind. The only thing that you have to do is just believe it. You ask for it, believe it, and then you get to receive it. It's just that simple. There's another book called Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks. Awesome, good book. Changed my life. I'm telling you. So get these books, Power of the Subconscious Mind and Ask and It Is Given. It'll blow your mind. It'll change your life. I promise you. Uh, just try it. It might be something different. It might be very different than what you're used to reading, but I promise you, if you give it a chance, your whole way of thinking is going to change, and it will change for your good, for your better. Okay, so that's it. Sorry, guys, we were not able to get the comments up. I certainly do appreciate you joining me, and we're going to do better. I promise. We're going to get it together, and it's all good. We're going to get it together, and we're going to make sure that all is well. And so next week we had a whole new series, and I got some good, exciting news that I'm going to share with you guys. Make sure you tune in next Sunday at 5 o'clock with Live at 5. All right. You guys stay safe, stay strong, stay focused, stay confident. Most importantly, stay defined. Also, real quick, go get my book. You got the new release that happened about 3 weeks ago, The Bully and the Bully. You can go to CoreyAGraves.com or sfcdefined.com. Get you a copy today. Talk to you guys next week. Have a good day.